Good evening on this Friday evening. There's the judge. This is HH, me, Simon Holden, the Sheriff of Tippingham, in conjunction with Bet Goodwin. It's HHV, the judge. Two big Saturday races. We're not big-headed people, but there are people telling us, stopping us in the street, trying to break into our houses, saying this is the best tipping challenge on YouTube, online, offline, anywhere. And that's very, very kind. I can't name them, Judge, because they're all very modest people, but I'm sure you can't name any. But, you know, it gets a bit tiresome. You know, let us do our shopping and things, people, please. But we are here again. We're going to do the 145 at Ascot. We're going to do the Peter Marsh, one of the great staying chases at Haydock Park. But firstly, card marker lately has been an absolute bookie nightmare. And all week I've been preparing. I'm going to do every race at Ascot tomorrow. You can get involved now. The bets are there. It's the second link. The top link is your Bet Goodwin, £10 free bet. And below that, just below it, you'll see the £5 link for tomorrow's card marker. That judge, I've already had to try and get him to concentrate even on the two races and stop him trying to click that PayPal link so he can get on early. That's how eager he is. And that Goodwin lot, they'll all be sniffing around those bets as well. But I'll deal with them later. So get yourselves in card marker, get on tonight. And very quickly, you know, this keep dancing, keep comboing. So get the nat, the next best, double them up, and then combo the rest, because it just may be the day when we break the bank, Monte Carlo style. Now, anyway, on to the tipping challenge. Good evening, Judge. How are you? Have you had a good week?
Yeah, not bad. It feels like it's been a long one. How are you, mate? All right?
Very well, mate. Very, very well. I've got me jockeys golf clubs behind me on the.
Oh, I saw them. Yeah, they're good, aren't
they? Double as a pen, yeah. But if any of the jocks want to borrow them for a quick 9 holes a month. Now, sometimes jockeys can get tired of those tiny people, Judge.
Oh, yeah.
They're fun. Now, I hear you were at Plumpton the other day, Judge. Did you have a good day?
I did, yeah. I had a couple of winners, which wasn't bad. Yeah, had the third one and the second one, which I bet Gary Moore also. It was a really good story, wasn't it, with the owner?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Superb.
Yeah.
Now, do you know what? I was watching that and I thought we're always saying what's wrong with racing.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot wrong with racing, but sometimes, you know, it is a great sport in the world. You see a story like that with the guy in the interview, just absolutely
unreal, isn't it? Yeah.
Superb.
Great outcome for the sport.
Yeah. Well done, all concerned there. So yeah. Now, of course, Ascot tomorrow. We won't mention it, but we will mention it. We just won't mention it when he's going to win. I'm selling it. But we got that huge race, and there's going to be a huge crowd at Ascot, and I shall be among it. So really looking forward to that.
Oh, lovely. You're going, are you? Brilliant.
Oh, I'm going. You try and stop me. Yeah. Now, 145 is the first of our races, and then we'll go to the Peter Marsh. So I'll let you begin, Judge. I'll just introduce the race. It's a very odd distance, 2 mile 3.5. It's a Class 2, 11 go to post. The ground as it stands is soft, good to soft in places, with no inspection planned. And, well, it's a great race. It's going to be tough, but there has to be a winner. Your thoughts, please.
Yeah, it's an interesting race, isn't it? I mean, I see Cateson ran well in this race last year. He's coming back for another go. I thought Ingolo was a funny one as well, coming from Willie Mullins. Run really well for its first run for Anne Duffield last time out. And obviously, Stella Magic and Gary Claremont look quite solid at the front end of the market. I'm going slightly off tangent here. I quite like Chris Gordon also again. His stable's in good form at the moment. I like Smurfy Enki here. It's not had too many starts, so he's got room for improvement. His bumper form was excellent. He finished not too far behind My Drogo at Cheltenham. He's also got a couple of wins to his name. He's one game right-handed, likes soft ground. But to me, last time out, if you watched the race last time out, they turned into the home straight at Fontwell, and I'm terrible going. He looked sure to win and then just sort of emptied. And for me, I kind of thought that looked like it's his second run, and I think third run back he'd be cherry ripe for to run his best. And it's around the 11-1 mark, and I think I might be feeling blue with Smurfy Enki.
Oh, superb. Now, nobody can accuse the judge of not being a company man. There he is. Bet Goodwin. Chris Gordon, sponsored by Bet Goodwin. Tom Cannon, the great Tom Cannon, sponsored by Bet Goodwin. Now, if that's not a man in search of a raise, I don't know what is. But no, I'm sure. Smurfy Yankee, a quality operator. And yeah, you're right. That was desperate ground last time at Fontwell. Now, last time out here, I gave Gary Claremont at a big, big price. And I'm going to stick with the horse. You can get 7-2, which I think is exceptional. Now, the horse carries top weight, but boy, has he earned that mark. He's off 143 here, which, you know, is tough to win top handicaps off a mark like that. Last time out here, he was third to Tritonic, beaten just 3.5 lengths. Now, I believe that was one of the top 2 handicap hurdles run in Britain this year, along with the Greatwood at Cheltenham.
Yeah.
And I think that justifies him being, I would say, in a 5-2, 11-4 shot here. I'm very surprised he's as big as he is. I know you might say that's not a big price for a handicap, but you know, there was like 16, 18, 20 runners in some of these Betfair hurdles in the Kingwood. Here we've got 11. It's not a huge field. Doesn't have to beat that many. And we look at the horse. It's, you know, when I'm looking at backing a horse off top weight, my immediate way of cracking it is to look at the next 3 down, not to look at people always look at the bottom weight and say, can he give 2 stone to that? I think, you know, if it's a quality horse, it should be able to. What I want to find out is what can it give nearby. So he's got to give £4 to Stoner's Choice. Now, Stoner's Choice is a good handicap, but let's be honest, you wouldn't have fancied Stoner's Choice to get within 3.5 lengths of Tritonic. You know, you've got Stellar Magic, which is a very lightly raced, but, you know, couldn't win at Haydock against Up for Parole. I'm not sure that is in the same league of form. And then you got dear old Scandiberg. Well, there might be some black and white film going round of him winning. You know, dear oh dear. So when we break this down, I actually wonder if Gary Claremont has to do as much tomorrow to win this as he did to be third to Tritonic. I'm not sure he does. And if that's true on a course that he's proven at, and Ascot is very much a specialist track, well, I think it's max win time. I really, really do. I'm going to get stuck into this, pay for the day, and even pay for the night as well. It's number 1, Gary Claremont for me. And the judge goes for Team Goodwin. Smurfy Yankee, trained by Chris Gordon, ridden by Tom Cannon at 11-1.
Gary Claremont's side, it's also had a frank with Métier winning that big race today because that finished behind Tritonic, didn't it? So it's another bit of substance to the form. I agree. Yeah.
Oh yeah. These top handicaps are just bomb-proof in terms of what happens after. They really, really are. You can even go down to 10, can't you? And what you see is in the same grade and the class 3, class 4 is the form just flies out over the next 4, 5, 6 weeks. So you're right. It's had another Cadbury's booster today. We then head up to the northwest to the Wirral for one of their very, very good races indeed. It's the Peter Marsh. It's at 2:35. Now, the Peter Marsh is run over 3 mile 2. It's going to be soft, heavy in places. Now, Haydock is a tight track. It's a speed track. They always seem to be turning. Doesn't suit all horses. And the jumps, though not as stiff as they were, they come up constantly. If horses get out of a rhythm, they can fall or lose ground. So it is a specialist track. Royal Pagile has been tipped up in many, many places, and you can see why with the devastating win he had here last year. But I'm going to take that one on with a horse who has won here impressively, was a good second last time, which was a welcome return to form for it. It's 9 years old now. It's trained by a trainer I love, Richard Hobson, ridden by Keelan Woods. It's Lord Domain Neil, and it's available at 10-1 with 4 places. Now, my thinking here is if I can get this placed, I've had a nice little angle. The favourite underperforms. There's a real chance that this could be the one to pick up the pieces. So for me, it's the Richard Hobson trained Lord Domain Neil. It's 10-1. As I say, you can get 4 places. And to me, that looks like a crackerjack of an each way. So what do you think?
What do I think? I think I absolutely love Lauderman. People in the office know how much I like the horse, and it absolutely loves Haydock. It would have been 4 from 4 if it didn't just get chinned. I think it was either last year or the year before. I think it was the year before last. It literally got caught in the dying, shadows of the post, as they say. So he could have been 4 from 4. I expect it to run well. The form of his run yet, where he came second last time out behind Good Boy Bobby, was franked today by Top Bill Ben winning at Lingfield. And behind that day, you had Lakeview Lad and the reappearing Empire Steel, who was cruising when he fell. Now, how bad was the fall? I was looking at possibly tipping that one up. But, I mean, to be fair, when you start looking at the price of Empire Steel and then the price of the one, unfortunately, I am going to tip. To be fair, it's going to be a bit of deja vu with you saying top weight off of 143. I'm going for a top weight here off of 163, Royal Pagaille. I mean, once again, you're talking about Haydock, loves Haydock and soft ground. 3 runs here, 2 wins, including this race last year when it won by half the track. I think about 15 lengths it won by, could have won by 30. I don't think an extra £7 would have stopped it from winning that race. I've got to say that race was weaker than this. However, I mean, it's come second to the Gold Cup favourite, admittedly well beat over the same course here. But the gap growing was a lot faster than he planned. The only negative is it did hurt it. Well, it had picked up a small injury. That's why it missed the King George. But, I mean, she had a couple of winners again today in this lovely soft ground, Venetia. She must get fed up with people saying horses want soft ground. They don't always just want soft, but it's just a time of year. And I really expect, I think 5 to 2, I was, 3 to 1, but 5 to 2 is still a fair price, I think, for Royal Pagaille. And he is a win bet for me. Royal Pagaille.
Yeah. Royal Pagaille. Well, yeah, I mean, the horse was so impressive winning here, wasn't he, that it sparked a major gamble for him to go on and win the Gold Cup, which ultimately proved fruitless. But it does show that a top Grade 1 winning trainer like Venetia is rarely badly wrong. And if she thought the horse could be competitive in a Gold Cup, you've got to say, I mean, I love some of these old boys that are here. But, they're not fringe Gold Cup contenders.
No, that's right. It's like what you were saying earlier. It's like it's giving like £11. I mean, really, if it ran to anything like it did last year, you'd think it's got to be close to winning this, really.
Yeah. But, I mean, like you say, the yard are in just sensational form. So Royal Pagaille for the judge. I'm going for Lord Domain, Neil. It was great to see him looking back to form. I think he's got one more big Haydock win in him, and could it well be tomorrow? If the favourite underperforms slightly, he might just get him. So that is the 235, the Peter Marsh, and of course at Ascot, it was the 145. I'm all over the jolly Gary Claremont, and the judge goes for Smurfy Enki around the 11 to 1 mark. So there are 2. Now remember, if you go to Bet Goodwin and you put the code SH10, you will get a £10 match bet. You could have it on Gary Claremont and do Smurfy Enki. You could do that. You could look at the Haydock race, or you could do exactly what you wanted. You might want to take us on. So there you go. The choice is yours. But whatever you choose, you've got a £10 free bet there with SH10. Now, remember, join me at Ascot, not at Haydock, because I'll be at Ascot, and that's where the card marker will be. All the card covered. The bets are available now, so you can get stuck in and then relax tomorrow. Judge, we will be back next week to do it all again. Have a great day tomorrow, mate. Have a great weekend.
Be like, I'm hoping to go to Lingfield on Sunday, fingers crossed, but see what happens.
I quite like this 3-dayer they've done, and it's quite a good idea.
Absolutely. So hopefully we can find some winners between us this weekend.
Well, the elephant in the room, we are due a winner. So let's hope it's tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody, whatever you're doing. Thanks for watching, and remember, whatever you do, you want big price winners.
HOLDENS. Horses.